Hello and welcome to my French-inspired bathroom, or as I like to call it, the wee wee room. Hello! Hello! Alright friends, as some of you may know, it is not long before I live in a space and I immediately need to conform it to my whimsical sensibilities. I, because of who I am as a person and also a Taurus, need to be surrounded by whimsy. But in that I also get very overwhelmed easily. For this week, and something I've been wanting to do for a while, is redo just a very, very small room in my house. Making a video about something DIY in my house is sort of a way for me to force myself to actually do it, because otherwise I'll just keep putting it off. I'm really quite amazingly good at that. I think you'd be impressed. Probably making like jingle jangle ice noises, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Am I over-explaining? I feel like I'm over-explaining. So the gist of it is that I am going to redo the guest bathroom, which is pretty wild. I've never had a guest bathroom, which is pretty cool, but also more to clean, which is not so cool. It's very, very, very basic. Figured what better to do with a bathroom than turn it into a Parisian paradise. Because if there's something I love, it is a theme. I think it just adds to the experience. I want our guests to be transported. I'm giving myself a few days for this. I don't know if that's possible, but you know what? We're gonna find out together, and it should be a jolly good time. Oh, wow. That is one comfortable boy. Yes, a good boy. Let's just get into it. Let's go to my bathroom, y'all. It is very small, not much going on. As you can see, we got toilet, counter with sink and a mirror. And you got, oops, oh God, oh, so embarrassing. When you come in, POV. There's cute little window shutters that I'm totally gonna keep. Friends, it's very, very simple. We also have this amazing soap dispenser that I got one time, and it's totally staying. Smells like lots of love and a little goo. So far, only one person has noticed. Just me sitting there like... So now that you've seen this sort of solitary confinement-esque room, try to draw out what I'm thinking. So let's do that. Got my handy dandy tablet here. Nope. Took a couple pictures of the bathroom. Starting off with this very blank wall, I am going to attempt to do some sort of subway tile, except just the peel-on kind, because I am a cheap-ass bitch. Oh, this is beautiful. Steve from Blue's Clues made this look really easy. HDTV, give me a call. Okay, what is perspective? I don't know. Yep. Okay, I got a wall sconce, Art Deco, Parisian kind of thing. I think I'm just gonna put it right smack dab in the middle. I think I want to add frames. Yeah, I think that pretty much is what I'm thinking for this one wall. And then the other side, countertop is pretty timeless. Just paint it a little darker. New faucets and stuff for that. Yep, that's a faucet, all right. I'm an artiste, okay. A little more than halfway to be paneled, so I'm gonna get some wainscoting for that. I got a wallpaper that is kind of floral designs. Oh, a gold mirror, a sconce that matches the other one. Again, add like some frames here, and then add a hanging plant, probably the fake one that I have in there so that I don't have to remember to water it, because I'm not the best plant mom. It will probably look better in real life, I hope. I'm also gonna keep the light fixture that's up top, because luckily the one that came with the bathroom and with the house is sort of Parisian, so one less thing I have to worry about. We have got a long few days of work ahead of us. I am ready. I think tomorrow I'm gonna start with the subway tile, just so I have that out of the way and I don't have to worry about it, and then we can go get some supplies that we need. Sound good? See you tomorrow. Good morning! Are you ready to peel and stick Ah! Voila! On paper, this seems very easy. Put the cust side on the edge of the wall. Cust. Okay. Oh, these are thin. Okay, it needs to go this way, and then I need to cut. Oh, I'm gonna make a mess today. I cut the edges. Let's give it a shot. This feels weird to film myself so close to a toilet. We are. Oh, my ear holes. Here we go. I don't like being this close to a toilet. It's really grossing me out. That's nice. Slap it a little. So I got the sort of inspiration to do this from this restaurant we went to in New York. I forget what it was called, but it was French. Surprisingly expensive. One of those things you don't realize until you sit down and you're like, would it look bad if we just walked out right now? But instead we just got the cheapest things on the menu. But their decor was very, very cute. This requires a lot more precision than I have been known to do. All right, montage time.
Brief construction montage.
Thankfully, these were easy to cut up and make different sections because out of necessity and stubbornness, I refused to buy any more new sheets of tile. So I did a little bit of patchwork on the edges. Drum roll! Ta-da! Not too shabby. Well, a little shabby. It is a little messy in some areas, especially towards the bottom when I was just figuring things out. There are a few like breaks and bubbles, which is not great and probably should have redone them at the time, but you know. But other than that, I think it came out really good for just peel and stick. Progressively got a little better at it, and then there's almost no warbly bits up here. It's fine, it's rustic, okay? So now that that wall is done, I think I need to go to the home improvement store and get some paint, some wainscoting, everything that I'm gonna need for the rest of the week. And then maybe if I have time today, I will paint this cabinet down here. A lot of the other stuff I do need Nick's help on, like the electric stuff. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. Let's go get some supplies. All right, friends, let's see what I got. Oh my God. First up, I just got brown paint for counter cabinet thing. A sort of off-white, warm kind of color. It's called Paper Craft for the walls. And then for the wainscoting, this color right here would be fibbing if I didn't say that the fact that this is named Baguette didn't alter my decision. I just figured that was very fitting. And then I just got a bunch of brushes and such. Now that I have all of that, I think I am going to paint the walls first. It was about here that I realized this cabinet paint looked very purple. This looks very purple. But I did have faith that it would dry more brown. I think it'll dry more brown. I would say that is pretty decent progress for today. We got the subway tile up, got a head start on painting. Good stuff. Getting all the sort of boring stuff out early, which is like painting and stuff, and then hopefully we can have some more fun decorating and such. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So this day admittedly started with a bit of bad luck.
Maybe there's a stem there. Uh-oh. It makes it harder.
The beginning half of this day, clearly I was very helpful, an integral part of the team. Good morning. Well, sort of. Naturally, with any home project, there are a few things that have been fighting us along the way. We, and by we, I mean Nicholas, have been doing all the electrical stuff, which is kind of difficult. We weren't sure like what was inside the walls. We ran into a few problems with like some studs and pipes, so that was fun. But now, I think it is finally time for me to try some wallpapering. I have never done wallpaper before and I'm a little nervous. I got this really stinking cute wallpaper from Spoonflower, textured almost, but it looks like it's made of like fabric. It's peel and stick, so I'm hoping that means that it's easy because I have no idea what I'm doing. Went and bought wood to make like fake paneling. Originally I was gonna do wainscoting. A little easier for us just to make some fake like batten looking things with wood. Here we go, friends. Please send me good vibes through the computer screen. Thank you for those delicious vibes. Okay. Okay. Like a glove. All right, well that was only the first piece. So now I have to overlap. Okay.
Is it hard?
It's a little hard lining it up. So something that is a little unlike me, I'm going to make an actual clean line here so that it looks nice. Who am I? We also got trim for the corner, so if it's not like perfect cut, it's not a big deal. Does it have a timer that's going?
How does now?
Okay, you're good. What?
Oh, I get it now. No, it's not recording. Just kidding.
That's not funny!
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
No, it wasn't!
I didn't think you were gonna believe me.
You're hilarious. Professional wallpaper services from me. Ah, cool.
To the right a little.
And now a crash course in fake paneling. First you're gonna measure, then cut. Then you're gonna line that baby up, nail it in, and repeat for the bottom wood. And then bam, you are a carpenter.
See,
Wow.
I'm so scared.
I'm a carpenter. Ah! Good morning. Today I am on a mission to find some decor and also some paint. I have come to the decision that I don't really like the cream paint that I have right now in that room. Normally I am a beige ass bitch, but there's something about that room. I think it's because there's so many light bulbs in there. Even Nick said that it's like walking into a lights and leisure store, which rude, but also true. I have a feeling that room just wants to be dark and cozy. So if anything, I'm just fulfilling its wishes. I'm gonna try to take my hair down. You know, I try this hairstyle thinking it's gonna give me cute curls, and then I forget that my hair takes 674 years to dry. Wow, so curly. Later on today, Nick is gonna help me install like the faucets and towel holder and all that stuff. I am excited to go shopping for decor because that's like my favorite part. Oh, let's go. These suspenders came with an 11 from Stranger Things Halloween costume. All right, let's go shopping. Okay, so I decided to go to Target first because these loafers, I can tell, are giving me blisters, so I figured I could pick up a pair of socks. Would have wanted to go to the thrift store first so I could check out their frames and such before I buy like expensive ones at Target. I was gonna get like the essentials and socks for my feet. It is a very gloomy, kind of ooky spooky kind of day. Pulling up to Target kind of felt like I was entering Silent Hill. So yes, let's go browse Target and maybe get me a coffee while we're there. Coffee and socks. Alright, first things first. Socks. Successful! These loafers have that bottom where it's like velvet, and it's wet outside today, so needless to say, I was walking around Target like that cat in the kitten mittens bit for Always Sunny. So now that I look like a complete shoebie, I'm gonna head to the home improvement store because that's right across the street, and then the thrift store.
And now, words to live by.
Eat the food. Okay, so I am home, and this is what I got from Target and the thrift store. So right now I'm gonna open up the paint that I got from Lowe's and probably start painting that panel part. I am a little nervous. Like I said, I don't usually do dark paints, so we'll see. We'll see. Here goes nothing.
Now, dear viewers, if some of you are thinking, gee, you know what looks really fun? Painting around a toilet. I'm here to break the unfortunate news that no, it is not fun. I was straddling that thing like I was Tobey Maguire and it was the horse actor that played Seabiscuit. His name was Popcorn Delights. Pour one out for popcorn. For the more intricate trim details, I used a tiny brush. In hindsight, it would have been easier to paint these beforehand, but until then, I was having fun being an artiste. Now, while I willingly admit that painting brings out my inner chaos demon, I am not a psychopath. So I did use painting tape to protect my ceilings and make painting the crown molding a little bit easier. Now, as far as the wall art, I printed out some sketch prints that I bought from Etsy and just downloaded the JPEG, and also some of the stuff that I had lying around, like this old postcard. Since all the golds were just a little bit different, I took some of my gilding paint to make things look a little bit more uniform and also mixed some black in there to make them look a little aged. Just call me home goods because I like to take cheaply made new things and make them look antique. I am also complete garbage at figuring out gallery walls and composition, so I came up with this little trick where I took a picture of all the frames and then the wall that I wanted them to go on, threw that in Photoshop, and it allowed me just to rearrange things and figure things out mentally without having to figure it out in person instead. Oh my god. Now, I'm not sure how Toulouse would feel about his art becoming toilet art, but as Bewitched once said, c'est la vie. And even though it was 10:30 at night, because I have absolutely and unarguably zero chill, I repainted the mirror because it was a weird colored gold and I just wanted everything to be uniform. And with that, it is done and ready for the reveal. Are you ready? Here we go. Do a little walkthrough, shall we? Ta-da!
it's done. Like I said, it is quite close quarters in here, so it's a little hard to show this. I don't have like an ultra wide lens, but hopefully you get the idea. After like 4 collective days of work, stress, a little bit of cursing, a lot of sweating, it is complete. At least in its form right now. I might eventually just build onto it and change a few things here and there. I would enjoy having some shelving here instead of just this 2-picture thing that's going on. I don't know, I feel like it's a little repetitive. Might want to add some shelves here and then move these pictures over here because there's nothing going on this wall right now. And it's just kind of bare the way it is right now, which one thing I struggled a little bit with for this was my too much gene. I am very much a cluttercore kind of brain. I wasn't sure like when to stop, so I just decided to stop at this point. But yeah, I don't know, I think it's really cute. Like for a bathroom, you just kind of ignore that there's a toilet right there. I feel like this is very Parisian, but this kind of gives me, I don't know if it's because it's brown, it gives me very like Red Dead vibes without this, which is sort of on the nose, but I had it from my last house and it was just in the basement, so I just decided to add it. That is very Western saloon kind of feeling, which is totally fine with me. And it's just a little bit more art and I don't know. That is the bathroom. I would say it is a huge improvement from the kind of boring blank slate that it was before. You might disagree, but that's okay because the best part about home renovation videos is that you don't have to live here. I look like a Victorian ghost. Why am I this color? There are weird parts of the bathroom, like I said, that tile that I first kind of messed up on. But the good thing is that you can just X-Acto knife them really easily and peel them off. So I think what I might do is just order one more box of that tile stuff because I do want to use it in the camper anyways. Cut out the individual bricks that got all kind of wonky and just like replace those. Just because it is like, not to be crude, right where you sit to pee, so I feel like it's very much a focal point, you know, when you're in the bathroom and just looking around. I don't know. Is it very extra? Absolutely. Does it look like a bathroom at Disneyland? Yes, quite happy about that. Thank you for helping me with everything. Hooray for home renovation projects. I really love doing themed things and I've always been interested in set design, so I guess that's kind of where this comes from. Just wanting to create a different experience and a different atmosphere with just decor is pretty cool to me. So, anywho, now when people come to urinate at my dwelling, they will be transported through time. That's it. I hope that you guys had fun. I really do enjoy doing home renovation videos, even though they're a lot of work. We are still in the process of doing our kitchen. That video is going to be kind of a doozy because it's gonna be like 3 months. I love you whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Fridays and we have fun here. And I will see you in my next video. Bye! My donkeys. Go get my skeezers. Oh no, it's the mailman. Oh no! I don't know what I'm doing. Yep, well, this is just in there forever now. That's fine. Come on, get out. What? What the? What you doing? Gaboo.